Thing was just discovered in the Jordan River. And it's hard to explain. The scientists ran every test they had. The instruments came back silent.
Jordan River Commission is launching a new strategic plan to conserve the river and its surrounding environment. It's called the Blueprint Jordan River.
And what they pulled from that riverbed is now sitting in a lab with no category to put it in. Before we get to what they found, you need to understand what this river is, because the Jordan is not just any body of water going dry. The Jordan flows south from the slopes of Mount Hermon, threads through the Sea of Galilee, and empties into the Dead Sea. It carves a path through the most documented stretch of supernatural history on Earth. This is the river Joshua led the Israelites across on dry ground when the water stopped mid-flow and piled upstream. This is where Elijah struck the surface with his cloak and it parted. Where Naaman the leper dipped himself 7 times on the command of a prophet and walked out completely healed. And it's where Jesus walked in, was baptized, rose from the water, and the sky tore open. A dove descended. A voice came from above saying, "This is my son, whom I love." No other river carries that history. None. Now it's drying up. Water levels have dropped over 90%. Riverbeds submerged for thousands of years are cracking open under the sun. Scientists point to climate change, over-agriculture, prolonged drought. Reasonable explanations for a physical problem. Here's the catch. The physical problem is the least interesting thing happening at this river right now. Because when the water pulled away, the mud started giving things back. Old things. Things that were never supposed to surface. And the first one stopped archaeologists in their tracks. The village that predates everything. The first thing to surface was pottery, small fragments scattered across the cracked banks. Archaeologists swept them up and dated them. Bronze Age, some older. Then came stone tools, grinding stones, flint blades used by people long before recorded. A history. Then they found walls, low stone structures buried under the sediment, straight lines, stacked deliberately, in the exact location where dry ground is now reappearing for the first time in recorded history. The archaeologists moved deeper into the riverbed, past the pottery, past the walls. And that's when they found something that made one linguist fly in from Edinburgh in 48 hours flat, and go completely silent when he saw it. If you're not subscribed yet, do it now. This is the part where it stops making sense, and we're only getting started. The seal. It was smaller than a human hand, a smooth stone object wedged between 2 rocks near the water's edge. The diver who pulled it up thought it was broken pottery. It wasn't. When they cleaned it at the surface, they realized what it was. A carved seal, dense, almost metallic in weight, clearly ancient. On its surface, symbols. Hundreds of precisely etched markings forming what looked unmistakably like written language. Not Hebrew, not Aramaic, not Greek, Latin, Sumerian, Akkadian, Phoenician. Not any of the 1,000 scripts cataloged across the breadth of human civilization. Pay attention to this. Linguists flew in from universities across 3 continents. One of them, a script analyst from the University of Edinburgh, who had spent 20 years cataloging pre-Semitic writing systems, sat at the examination table for 3 hours, cross-referencing, checking, going back through the archive on his laptop. Then he looked up at the room and said quietly, "There is no match." He didn't say it like a scientist closing a file. He said it like a man who had just been told something he wasn't ready to hear. The room went still.